Hi girl, Eva here. Look, I've been watching a lot of Thai GLs. I'm talking Love Design, Poisonous Love, My Safe Zone, Somewhere Somehow, Dangerous Queen. And for some reason, I went back in time and rewatched Affair, and that show has one of the craziest plots to this day. And I thought, why not share it with you? So Affair, it's only 8 episodes, but they're filled with the classics like slapping, lying, stalking, death, really light, fluffy things that will definitely put you into a good mood. It is not a funny program. It has a couple of jokes here and there, but it's mostly drama. Alright, so let's begin. This is the story of Plan and Juan, childhood friends who basically grew up as sisters and are inseparable. Plan comes from wealth, she has the money, she has the coin, she has the trust fund, and Juan is the housekeeper's daughter. The two families live together, and from the beginning it's clear that Juan admires Plan, her status, her talent, everything. Maybe a little too much, but they're besties, right? In general, the home seems happy. Plem's dad is preparing for a massive business deal. He's nervous but confident. Plem's mom is really supportive. The girls have each other. But Juan's mom, Wee, is constantly judging her daughter and telling her that she should be more like her friend. Plem's parents are like, nah, Wee, you tripping. And they disagree by saying that everyone has different strengths. However, Juan starts believing her future won't matter. And I mean, with that mom, who wouldn't? Then Plem reassures her. And after that, Juan admits that as long as Plan is by her side, she doesn't need anything else. Plan flaunts the idea of growing up, getting married to a man, and what that would mean for them. Juan immediately claims that she'd be lonely, so the solution is to get a boyfriend before Plan does. The plan is to go and check out fancy places like art galleries to find a decent guy, and they do. They run into Egg, who gets Juan's number, and there's also Frank, a childhood friend of theirs, but we don't see his platinum blonde highlights nearly as often. One night while watching a movie, they promise that if Juan becomes a doctor, she can ask Plan for anything. And Juan is thrilled, she's locked in, she's in it to win it. At school, Plan fights with her band members after she catches them mocking her behind her back, calling her a pretentious, rich loser with her trench coat buttoned to the top and no friends except Juan. The group falls apart and Plan, upset, goes home looking for Juan, but she's out with friends, so she calls her and they flirt? While waiting for Juan, Plan talks with her father because she's still mad about the whole trench coat thingy, and she really loves that man. Well, both of her parents actually. Whenever the homies interact with any potential love interest, they both catch an attitude. Silent treatments, petty disagreements, full jealousy vibes, especially Plan. Homegirl is trying to get Juan a boo but gets mad when Egg or Frank approach her, and Plan insists she's being protective, not jealous. And Juan is high-key living. They constantly comfort each other with things like, it doesn't matter if you're married, with kids, a house, and a dog. You are going to be the most important person in my life. You know what? The romantic allegations are getting harder to defend. After some stalking done by these two, Egg eventually confesses that he's into Juan, and after that, the non-couple share a bath platonically, and of course Plan falls and starts questioning her sexuality, even doing the classic how do I know I like girls Google search. Something that has been happening since Juan met Egg is that he's been calling her all the time, but she's not picking up. So Egg and Plan meet, and there we learn that my boy over here has major mommy and daddy issues, and Plan agrees to help him. Because of all of the conflicting feelings that Plan is having, she decides to start avoiding Juan, and then she confronts her father about rumors of a corruption scandal. She heard that in school, and he says it's the truth. He confirms it, but he tells her not to worry. Egg keeps trying to see Juan, and Plem sets them up. And while talking with her mother, Plem learns that during her mom's past health issues, Juan's mom, took care of Plem's dad. More on that later. Oh, at some point, Plem asks Juan to go to the store and buy some, I don't know, guitar string, something like that. I don't remember. So she asks Juan to go to the store, and it's a whole friggin' mess. X suddenly pops up, and Juan gets furious. Clem is nearby because she was spying on them, and the two girls have a massive argument that leaves Clem crushed. Later, Clem almost drowns in a bathtub. She overheats and passes out. That's the explanation that they give. So she is hospitalized, and the whole "I don't want to lose you" scare brings her and Juan close again. In the hospital, Juan tells Plan that she loves her, and if Plan's mom hadn't walked in, they probably would have kissed. In a friendly way, of course. Same vibes after Plan is discharged, plus some amicable cuddling. The next day, we pulls Plank aside to push Egg as Juan's future husband, insulting her daughter in the process, usual stuff. So Plan plays matchmaker one more time and convinces her not girlfriend to give Egg a shot. They go out to this really cute cafe, and the date goes fine, but Juan says that she can only try for real if Plank is out of the picture. Frank and his platinum blonde highlights show up with his dad to talk Russian business with Plank's father. He tells Juan to hit him up if she ever wants bleach, but she's loyal to her natural color. During the night, the girlies are chilling in bed, playing, giggling, when out of nowhere, a loud noise interrupts them. They think, ooh, that's weird. What was that? And they go and check it out. And turns out, Plank's father has taken his own life with a gun. And on top of that, Plem's mom dies shortly after from cardiac arrest. Plem is destroyed. And because of the scandal and the embezzlement that his father was part of, all of his assets are seized, and Plan is pretty much left with nothing. After the funeral, Plan moves in with Juan's family because Juan's father has a house, so she goes there. She is bullied in school. Juan's dad is constantly complaining about her, and we tells her that once she's gathered and collected, she has to move out. Plan is depressed. She's not eating that much. She's not taking showers. Juan tries to help, but nothing works. A huge quarrel erupts when Plan discovers that Juan has been downplaying her abilities because she didn't want to outshine her. So things are not going well at all. And feeling like a burden, Plan runs away. Oh, so before running away, Plan was supposed to live with one of her aunts, but she didn't do that. She took some money, like the only thing that her dad left her, and she decided to go to the streets and struggle. 1 year later, Juan is in medical school, thriving, practicing becoming a good professional, and Plan is in a tiny apartment looking worn down and singing to survive. 13 years later, Plem is still stuck, sick, broke, and dealing with a messy ex who lied about having a whole wife and kid. She collapses, ends up in the hospital, and tries to run off because she can afford treatment. As she heads out, she bumps into Juan, now a doctor. They hug, and Plem promptly passes out again. Juan scolds her for letting herself get so sick. Then they catch up, but Plem's chaotic ex causes more drama, and Juan stands up for her. Juan offers to help financially, with the hospital bill and all that, and she accuses Plan of being selfish for disappearing whenever she wants. Plan doesn't want to accept the aid, but at the end she does. Because of this stinky man, Plan gets evicted, and Juan tells her to stay with her. The doctor is living large. It's given opulence. You own everything. She bought a piano and a guitar for Plan. She said, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Feelings are coming back. Juan is extremely straightforward about it, and Plan says that she won't go anywhere because she doesn't want to hurt her again. At night, Juan wakes up abruptly at 4 a.m. and Plan is extremely worried, but Juan brushes it off. In the morning, we get an ad placement, a "you've got something on your lips, let me clean it up for you" moment, and some flirting. Then Egg reappears, revealing he used to live with Won. He wants to win her back because he cheated, but Won closed that door a long time ago. She stayed with him only because she promised Plan she would try. Some time passes and Won keeps waking up at 4 a.m. but she won't explain why. Then Plan's life spirals. Nothing new. Phone breaks, job gone, no way to contact Won, and she starts busking. Egg finds her because he's been following Plan since he saw her and gives her a singing job at his family's hotel, but he definitely has ulterior motives. Meanwhile, Won is at the condo. She's devastated, crying because Plan disappeared again. But then Plan returns and she shows her that she's not going anywhere this time. This trauma is like DR's public debt. Deep, so they should definitely start working on it. Plan informs Won she's planning to work with Egg. Won doesn't like it, but after Plan pulls the "I don't want to be a burden" card, Won says it's okay. The next day, Won faces Egg. She warns him not to drag Plan into their mess and tells him to forget about getting back together. Flashback. Won catches Egg getting freaky with someone, slaps him. He says that he was lonely and that she never cared about him. Won breaks up with him, but he ain't accepting it. After that, we get an ad placement. Won kisses Plan, gives her a new phone. Plan is completely shocked, and they immediately pretend nothing happened. Feelings continue to get caught, and the ladies are getting closer and closer. So Plan begins performing at Egg's hotel. She changes into a beautiful gown and plays a classic song, Russian Roulette by Red Velvet to be exact. After the performance, Egg tries to get too familiar. Won is fuming, throws wine at him, and smacks a couple of bands in his face before dragging Plan out of there. The "make it rain" move happened because Egg said that Plan was still on the clock. Won, it's like, "oh, I'm just being protective," and Plan tells her that she needs to control her emotions because people be gossiping. They keep talking and somehow end up taking a bath together. Won says, "alright, I'ma calm down, but keep everyone else at a distance." Right after things heat up, Plan wants to stop it, but keep going please, but no more, and gets out. Then she tries to sleep on the sofa. Won thinks bed and lies down with her. They fall off the couch. Their interaction turns a little spicy for a moment, and afterwards, Won is like this lying on the floor. In the hotel, while playing the mega hit Cheer Up by Twice, a random dude joins Blank. His name is Earth, a producer and ex-friend. He wants to work with Blank and maybe more, which is what Egg is planning, but she turns him down romantically. Then Blank goes to visit Won. She compliments Won's uniform and also mentions that it must be easy to take off. Won says, "Aye." They go to a room, the temperature rises, but they're interrupted by a doctor. On their way home, Blank expresses that she feels like something is still unresolved between Egg and Won, but she can't figure out what it is. So the next day, Won calls Egg and lets him know that she wants the divorce, because they were married and Blank didn't know that. Plan tells Egg that the divorce makes sense since he was unfaithful, but he denies it and claims that the real reason is that Won has found someone new. He demands to know who the mystery lover is, and Plan is uneasy. Egg also points out that if Won really is with someone else, it would technically be an affair. Plan asks what he would do if he found out who the person is, and he says that he will kill them. And if you watch episode 119, you know that is a very straight man reaction. First, we mention after the time jump. She's telling Plan to leave because Won's life supposedly improved without her, and moments later, Egg shows up to guilt Plan into helping him, and Won tells her mom to mind her own business. At some point, Egg spirals into a drunken wreck. Plan agrees to help him talk to Won if he stops acting like that terrible idea, because he ambushes Won at dinner. She gets enraged and the meeting falls apart. Back in the house, Won tells Plan to stop acting against her feelings and involving herself in a broken marriage. The environment is the opposite of cold. Plan is into it, but not really, but yes, but no, because of the whole mistress situation. Now, do you remember the promise they made in their mid-20s while playing high schoolers? If one became a doctor, she could ask Plan for anything, and what she wants is Plan. But Plan says they're friends, and one gives up. She's tired of running after her. Later, at a bar, Egg reveals the truth to Plan. One spent years crying, searching for her, and waking up at the same sad time every night because that was the time Plan left. Her feelings never faded. And after realizing how much she has hurt One, Plan decides to go back to her. Everything goes from sweet to sweaty. They do some freaky stuff and it's quite realistic. I'll leave it at that. The next day, One proudly tells her co-worker she has a girlfriend and there's no more we're just friends BS. After some time, they're going back to the apartment, they start kissing and someone secretly takes pics of them and Egg is behind it. Then he corners Plan, acting passive-aggressive and petty on a spiritual level, and Plan leaves. Back in the residence, Plan surprises One for her birthday, and it's cute for 5 seconds and then it gets heated, like boiling water in the middle of the summer and taking a shower with it. It goes like that until Egg bursts in with a gun, and he is heartbroken? I'm used to bad performances in these shows, but this actor is really bad. I'm sorry, I cannot take it anymore. Like, look at him crying. Damn, who did this casting? My dude is probably a relative of the producers because there's no way he was the first choice. This scene was supposed to be filled with tension, but it looks funny. Not a single tear in sight, just some aggressive squinting. Anyways, One tells him the full truth, why she married him, who she truly loves, and he says okay and then tries to end his life. One saves him, but Plan relieves her father's death and breaks down. One is like, let's compartmentalize, babe. This is not your dad, this is Egg. Call an ambulance. They go to the hospital and Plan is not doing good. She's looking traumatized. The awful actor survives. Plan blames herself, but One insists it's not her fault and that they need to face things together. Ad placement. They go to a friend's house and the mood feels lighter as they leave some of their problems behind. But then, the opening of Knock by Lee Se-young starts playing. Someone's at the door and it's Wee. She storms in angry. One tells her she's with Plan, her mom slaps her, and then she drops a bomb. They are siblings. No. Do you recall when Plan's mother, R.I.P. Queen, told her that she was sick for some time and we took care of Plan's dad? Turns out these two were getting freaky back in the day and we got pregnant. So they can't be together because of a word that rhymes with ingest. Chaos breaks loose. Plan is horrified and believes it immediately, while One refuses to, saying that Wee is a liar. After her meltdown, Plan wants to leave, but One goes out instead. She visits Egg looking for closure. She thought the marriage and everything had been a good idea, and she didn't mean for... I'm sorry, look at this man, even his sleeping looks fake. Then One's co-worker hands her DNA test results. She reads them and starts crying. Meanwhile, Plan is packing to disappear again, but she receives One's letter and the DNA test results. In said letter, One explains she is exhausted from always chasing Plan, from how easily Plan believes anyone else, and that love needs trust. And most importantly, they're not sisters, so no word that rhymes with digest over here. Plan searches everywhere for One, and Wee refuses to accept the DNA results. And if you're wondering where One is, she's at the beach drinking alone, nearly in dangerous territory, but Frank, former Platinum Blonde highlights, saves her from a harasser. After looking and looking, Plan finds one, and the doctor looks like she's about to go swimming and not coming back out if you pick up what I'm putting down, but Plan stops her and apologizes. So one wasn't going to sleep with the fishes, she just wanted to feel the water in a really dramatic way. They reconcile and they're all lovey-dovey until photos of them speaking French leak and reporters swarm the hospital where Egg is staying. This happens because Egg is rich and kind of known. Like, who would care about the life of a doctor and a struggling artist, you know? Then they go to the hospital to see what's up. One is like, yeah, she's my girl. Egg rolls down and says that it wasn't an affair because he and One were separated, and that clears their names. Ending speedrun. Egg gets along with his parents and has a Thai BL pilot. Plan signed with Earth and is a famous singer. One proposes. We apologizes and accepts them. They get married. They get jealous. They resolve it in the bedroom. The end. Okay, so I know we have a bunch of new GLs that are extremely crazy, and we're definitely gonna talk about them. Poisonous Love, I'm coming for you. But Affair holds a really special place in my heart because it's really good. It's a really good show. I really liked it. As I mentioned earlier, it's not funny. You won't laugh as often, but you will be gagging. You will be shocked and you will be entertained. That's what I like about it. All of those freaking plot twists and the two actresses, I cannot recall their names right now. They have a lot of chemistry. Their chemistry is just out of this world. It's really good. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please feel free to like and subscribe. My socials. Oh, that was my leg just snapped in two. Either way, my socials are linked below in case you're interested in that. Oh, okay. And see you on the next one. Bye bye.